Yo, what's going on YouTube? GZTV back with another video, and we are back with another Breaking Bad review. It really sucks that I have to work 3 to 9 today because I gotta really get some videos rushed out to you guys, which might be good for you guys as a fan base, but for me, it kind of sucks. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the 7th episode of season 2 of Breaking Bad, Negro y Azul. One of the weirdest starts of an episode I've ever seen. You know, the episode opens with the band Los Cuates de Sinaloa performing a song called Negro y Azul, black and blue, of course. If you guys have taken basic Spanish classes, you should know what that means, which is about how a gringo boss named Heisenberg, obviously Walt's drug lord name, is disrespecting the Mexican drug cartel by cornering the Albuquerque market with high quality blue crystal methamphetamine. So, at first you would think this song is like for Heisenberg because he's like standing in the video, but like this is pretty much a threat towards Heisenberg. Um, the song is a narco corrido parody performed as a New Mexico music style ranchera, referencing the show's neo-western and New Mexico setting. I don't know how this plays into the story. I think it was just kind of a thing by the creators to surprise the fans to start the episode, I guess. Walt has trouble getting in touch with Jesse and goes to his apartment, obviously calling him over and over, and you guys should know what Jesse's doing when he doesn't pick up the phone. Jesse has been staying inside and smoking marijuana since witnessing Spooge's murder. He needs time to recover. He's morally deflated. He is traumatized. I mean, that's a very traumatizing occurrence. I don't blame him. That was pretty terrible to watch that happen. Walt is at first horrified that someone was murdered, but calms down upon learning that nobody can identify Jesse. He thinks Jesse did it. Jesse did not do it, but people are probably going to think he did it because he was at the house. He might be a suspect, but obviously the mother is still sitting in the house, not doing anything about it, so she's probably a suspect as well. Um, a call comes in from Badger to set up a deal. Walt is forced to meet Jesse's dealers and learns they are now afraid of Jesse following a rumor that he killed Spooge, which the rumor is not true. Walt should probably clear that up with them. So now Walt is pretty much taking the role of Jesse and meeting up with the dealers. Um, Walt uses Jesse's new underworld reputation to galvanize him into helping expand their operation. Pretty much saying, like, Jesse, you know, people are kind of scared of you. You should probably use that as an intimidation factor in the drug trade. Maybe become a new Tuco or a Crazy 8 type of guy, which I don't think Jesse's really capable of, and I don't think most of the fans of Breaking Bad think he's capable of that, but people are kind of scared of him now. Hank is having trouble fitting in at the DEA office, meanwhile, in El Paso, Texas, so shifting storylines here, where his sense of humor is not appreciated and his coworkers do not respect him, partly due to his lack of ability in speaking Spanish. You know, a lot of drug dealers, and not to be racist or anything, are Spanish, so this branch of the DEA, they're pretty much the hands-on people of this whole drug bust operation. So you kind of have to know Spanish if you like want to talk to the relatives close to like the drug lords and stuff. You should probably know Spanish. I know a little bit of Spanish, but probably not enough to work for this company. At a meeting with a cartel informant nicknamed Tortuga, Hank loses his patience at the man's demands and his apparent disrespect, which I liked. I liked Hank taking a stand against Tortuga. I thought that was great. Some days later, while waiting for a meeting in the desert, Hank spots a message from the cartels. Tortuga's severed head mounted on top of a tortoise. Oh man, that was crazy. That was very disturbing. Hank has seen some pretty gruesome stuff in the past. I mean, he was pretty sickened by this grotesque display. He moved away from the tortoise. I was kind of surprised at that because I was like, man, Hank, you've literally dealt with so much more than I don't know, a severed head on a tortoise. That is kind of fucking disgusting to see that out in the wild, but Hank has seen people's arms get caught in machines. He's seen people beat to death on the ground. He's been at a lot of murder scenes, so I was kind of surprised he was like sickened by this. I mean, obviously he should be sick of this a little bit, or else he's kind of insane. But I thought that was interesting. Doing so saves his life when a bomb strapped to the tortoise goes off. You know, Hank using his instincts to get away from the situation. Uh, but yeah, that pretty much ends the Hank's storyline for now. Let's get over to Skylar's part of the story. Due to financial constraints, Skylar goes to her old company to apply for an entry-level job. I was kind of surprised to see her apply for a job, being pregnant, and being a couple months from getting the baby delivered. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't just wait, but okay. She meets with her old friend and boss, Ted Beneke, friends with benefits here, who has taken over the company after his father's death, so she has a lot of opportunity. He decides to give Skylar her old job in the accounting department, which obviously she wanted a different job that paid more, but she probably took anything she'd get. They're in a pretty bad financial situation. Uh, Walt is concerned over Skylar's health at the workplace. I mean, she's pregnant, especially since she originally left due to health problems from the company's manufacturing. I think they released like some dust in the air that caused her to leave work. Um, uh, there is an obvious sexual tension between Skylar and Beneke. We know this. He reveals that he recently separated from his wife, the mother of his 2 children, setting up kind of an affair, a possible affair storyline between these two in the series. I don't know if that's going to necessarily happen, but we will have to see. Jesse sees his going over to Jesse's part of the story. Jesse sees his landlady, Jane Margolis, drawing on their front steps and connects with her over their love of art. So Jesse's kind of pulling right now. Shout out to my boy. However, he is identified by a passing motorcyclist who has heard of his reputation, and it is revealed that he lied to her about his name, so that kind of put a roadblock in that relationship, but eventually it resolves, trust me. After he later admits to lying to her, she says that she doesn't care what he does as long as he doesn't do it at the house. She knows he's probably up to no good, but if he doesn't bring it to the property, she's all good. So pretty cool move by Jane there. He invites her inside to watch TV, even though he can't get his new television working. I mean, that's kind of an L on Jesse's part, sitting there with a girl and a shitty television. She holds his hand as they stare at the blank television. So that's kind of the cliffhanger. Like, Jane and Jesse are possibly going to get in a relationship, possibly going to hook up in this series. That's kind of what that ending was setting up as, and that's pretty cool. I don't know how Jesse's going to deal with the relationship while being in the drug trade. We will have to see how that unfolds later in the series. But, there's a Breaking Bad spinoff. Wow. I didn't even know that. I praise this episode. I really like this. It's a really good episode. It's one of the better episodes of season 2 so far. We're kind of we're just dipping our toes into the grand scheme of things, the grand story of the season, I feel like. Is it in the better half, though? Of Breaking Bad episodes? I don't think so, really. But it's one of the better episodes of season 2. So yeah, it introduces a lot of cool storylines and stuff. It's like a little over a 9 out of 10 episode for me. So anyways, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. I gotta review some Euphoria episode I watched last night. That series is fantastic as well. Make sure you keep up to date with my TV series reviews. I'm gonna stay on Breaking Bad for a while, but once Stranger Things Volume 2 comes out, I'm probably gonna take a break from Euphoria. I might honestly, well, let's see. I'll probably be done with Euphoria by the time Stranger Things Volume 2 comes out. And after Stranger Things Volume 2, I'm probably going to start watching Game of Thrones.